Hello my beautiful people, so welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new here. My name is Jenny and in this video I will be talking all about my first semester at Chamberlain. So I just got done and I did 2 sessions which made up the semester. So I do have my little notepad here, and also I will be speaking about a few do's and don'ts that I learned from my first semester at Chamberlain. But anyway, let's get right into this video. So the first session I had NR 103 and speech communications, and I learned a lot about APA in my English class. I don't regret taking that class at all, so I'm very happy that I took it. English, it was just more APA, more writing, nothing much. Moving on to NR 103. NR 103 is basically the introduction to the nursing program. So when I entered Chamberlain, I was so confused about so many things, but honestly in NR 103, I'm thankful for the professor that I had because she's one of like the head people. So from her I learned so many things, and majority of my questions got answered in her class. So for NR 103, it's basically like a lot of the members of the school will come into like the classes, which is online, virtual, but they would come in and they would talk about the different programs or different rules and regulations, and like if you want to know the organizations that the school have, this is the time that you will find out a lot more about the school. So NR 103 wasn't bad at all. It was a few assignments here and there, but it wasn't bad. And this is also where when you get your account, your ATI account get activated. So from what I learned, I wouldn't advise you guys to play with that ATI thing when you get your schedule and you're able to sign on to Canvas. Do not touch ATI. Just wait until your professor set you up to move forward with that. And NR 103, like I said, and speech were really good. Moving on, my last session that I had, NR 222, which is health and wellness, and political science was just more writing. It's a gen ed class. It's nothing big, you know, it's just political science stuff. NR 222 was when I was like, okay, this is getting serious, mainly because of the questions that were being asked on like exams and stuff like that. NR 222 was the class that ATI really got introduced. We did ATI in 103, but I feel like we had no exams in NR 103. That's what it was. We had no exams, but for NR 222 we had 1 exam, 2, and a final. So this is when I really got introduced to NCLEX style questions, and I was just like, okay, this is a little confusing, but let me tell you guys, and as I go along I will just put in the do's and don'ts. So one of my do's for NR 222 when I took it, please, if you remember any of the questions from your exam and you like, let's say your exam 1, you take exam 1 and you're like, you remember something from there, it could be a keyword or anything. Once you're done with the exam, try to look it up, try to see where you went wrong or if you were right. The reason being is, for me personally, exam 1 I got the lowest score on all of my exams. Then after that exam I went ahead and I looked up like any keyword that I could remember, and I saw some questions and I was like, okay, I'm gonna study that. So exam 2 were completely different questions from the first exam, but I did the same thing. I went ahead and whatever I remembered, I looked it up and I saw questions. The final is when those questions come back up, so it's all cumulative, like, you know. So that's a do, I would say. Anything that you remember from an exam, go ahead and try to search up a keyword, something, so that way if it comes back up you know what to expect, you know the answer. So that helped me so much. As I said, exam 1 I got the lowest grade of my exams. Exam 2 I did a little better, and exam 3, my finals, I aced my finals. Like, so many questions. I was so grateful that I was so happy. I was like, oh, I know that. And I saw questions that I got wrong my previous exams, and now I was like, oh, I know exactly what answer this is, you know. So that's a do. Just try to make sure you focus on your previous exams before your finals. So basically NR 222 was more of like a sociology class for me. Honestly, I personally don't really like sociology classes or those type of classes. I love English, so that's my main thing. But I mean, we have no choice. I had to do it. I had to get it done, and that's what I did, you know. I'm pretty sure we all have our strengths and weaknesses and like things that we like and don't like. But when it comes to nursing school, you just have to do it, you know. It's like basically NR 222 for me. It was more about health, culture, you know, like putting your patient first, like your patient values, stuff like that. It was not so bad, but again, the NCLEX style questions are the main thing. So let me move on to my do's and don'ts that I have. I won't really be saying, oh, do's, don'ts, because it kind of weighs. For example, submitting your assignments on time. So that's basically a do. But at the same time, don't submit your assignments late. I did that once or twice. I submitted my assignments late, which I regret. But I'll tell you the main reason also. You get points taken off for late assignments, right? But here's the deal. Sometimes the points that you lost for submitting a late assignment, you could have had those points to pass a class. So I would say do not risk it. Chamberlain do not round off their points. For example, let's say you submitted an assignment late, right? And they took off 2 points. And Chamberlain passing grade, you need 76% on all of your core assignments, and your average needs to be 76%. So let's say your score is 74%, and from the late assignment that you submitted late, 2 points came off. See how that could have saved you? Just 2 points. Even if you have a late assignment and they took off 0.5, those are just random examples. That's not the points that they take off. They may take off more. So let's say they took off 0.5 points, right? And you have, your grade right now is 75.5. You think they're gonna round it off and give you that point, that half point? No, that's it. So they don't round off, from what I've heard and from what I've seen for myself, you know. And basically I would say do not submit your assignments late. Whatever you do, don't do it. Just try your best to always stay on top of it, and that will cause you way less stress also when you stay on top of your work, so that way it's not like rushed and last minute. I would say set a schedule. Please set a schedule, and even if you don't go exactly how you set it, at least it's all written down exactly what you have to do by due dates. So for me, with setting a schedule, I mean, like, personally, I set alarms, right? So for my alarms, the reason I set an alarm, my main alarm is on a Sunday, at 8 p.m. I set it for 8 p.m. because my kids go down before 8 p.m. and I know 8 p.m. I'm like done with the house, everything. So once that alarm goes off, I'm able to sign onto the computer and make sure that I submitted all of my assignments before 11:59 p.m. on a Sunday. So that's why it's very important to, whatever alarm works for you or whatever time, day, just keep reminders in your phone or on the fridge, on a board, like, you know, a magnetic board, anything. Just try to keep reminders to keep you on track. And I would say don't wait last minute to submit your assignments. Don't wait last minute to try to do anything, because again, from what I noticed from my last semester, it was kind of stressful because I'd be like, oh, I have till Sunday to submit my assignment, but then when I wait until like Friday or so, then it's like I don't want to do this no more. I'm not going to wait that long. So right now my goals for next semester, I'm trying to get my work done by Friday, and that's it, because I have kids and I just need some time to breathe, you know. So just try to stay on top of things. I would say ask questions and look for like other materials and resources to help you understand things that you don't understand in school. So basically, let's say like for instance YouTube or online, like it's the same thing as like the exam. You see something that you don't know, go look into it. And also join your school's Facebook groups. For me, I am in 2 of my school's group. So one is just for like Chamberlain, like there's a whole Facebook group with all of different locations, and I am in my state Facebook group also. So I joined these 2 groups because the Facebook group with all of the other campuses, I just like read things when they post, and you know, just to have more information. But when you're asking a question, ask the question directly to your school's campus. For instance, I've seen people, and anything I say here is like real things, okay? So for instance, I've seen people order the white lab coat for my campus and other students, and the teachers, sometimes we have some teachers on there, and the teachers would be like, oh no, we do not use that lab coat. So you know, you just want to make sure that you're asking your campus questions pertaining to anything about your school. Don't just ask it on the campus where everybody is, unless it's like a basic question. You know, you could do that. Email your professors if you have any type of question that you don't want to ask on the Facebook groups or anything like that. Email your professor, no matter what question it is. I always say no question is a dumb question. As long as you have clarity on what you want to know, then you good. Like, you don't have to think about anything else. You don't have to worry what the professor would think, nothing like that. So at the end of the day, if you are confused about something and you don't get the answer from any other groups, or you're not sure if the people are telling you the right thing, just email your professor and get it done. Go to the office hours. That's something extra. I haven't done it, honestly. I haven't gone to any office hours because I haven't found the need to do that. But if anything, just know that your professor have office hours, so just try to attend that if you need extra help. Also, I have health assessment coming up, and one thing I've been doing is looking at previous recordings. So we have something called VCAS, and not all of the tutoring sessions from previous session are on there. So if your school do have that, I know for sure Chamberlain does. If you're about to enter a class and you just want to get a head start, I would say visit VCAS online and then look for your course and look at the previous recordings. It goes sometimes by weeks. Like right now in health assessment, when I look it up, there's recordings from like week 1. So you know, instead of me trying to read this whole book, and I'm just being completely honest, like that's a lot of reading. I'm not trying to confuse myself or stress myself out. So there's like recordings. I've started doing that, and I've been taking notes, you know, so that way you still know exactly what's going on in the class. You still know exactly what you need to know. You have an idea of what you need to know, you know. So if your school offers that, I would definitely say to look into it and get a head start. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to try your best to stay on track. That's my goal for next session. Like, I want to stay on track because I feel like last session kind of stressed me out, and it wasn't like mainly the work again. It wasn't anything like that. It's just the way that I did things, you know. So definitely when you see you going wrong in life, or you just do things that you don't like, you just have to correct yourself and move on. That's it, you know. At the end of the day, we're working towards getting a degree. And also, talking about a degree, the goal here is to just try to pass your class. I came across, it's the first time I saw that on TikTok, what they said, C's get degrees. I don't know, that's what I saw on TikTok. So yeah, no matter what, you're just trying to pass your class and be done. Like, that's it. So I would say stay focused, stay on schedule, you know, whatever things that you try to put before school and you know you're not supposed to be doing that, put it back. Priorities are priorities. That's the only thing, because you wouldn't have attended nursing school if you know it's something that you wouldn't take serious. And I'm speaking about myself too, because that's what I need to work on. Like the way I am working on it, and I will fix it, the way that I schedule things and different things like that. You have to like learn as you grow. Learn as you go, learn as you grow. Like, that's how you basically elevate in life. But anyway, guys, if you haven't liked this video already, please like it and also subscribe to my channel. And if you do have any type of questions, anything, hit me up on Instagram. Some of you have been doing that, and I'm so happy I'm able to help you guys. It feels good, you know. I'm not trying to like hold any type of information for what, like, what am I gonna do with that? So basically, I'm just here to help, and if you do have any type of questions, just hit me up. I don't bite. But thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys again in my next one.